Hello everyone, thanks for joining my channel. It's Rocky. If you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. We talk about fashion, beauty, and all kinds of crazy things that are happening in our lives. So today I am following up on something that I started a few weeks ago with you guys, and that was a discussion about my hair woes. And I have a feeling that I'm not the only one kind of experiencing these same things with the hair. So hopefully this will help not only me but you. So a few weeks ago I talked about how I lose a lot of hair. I have a lot of shedding, a lot of breakage, a lot of knots, all kinds of things that happen where I just cannot retain length and I can't retain my density either. So this has been an ongoing thing for years, and what's funny is I complain about having so much hair loss, and everyone who looks at me, they say, well, you have a head full of hair. But I mean, I have more hair. I mean, like substantially more hair. People who've known me since know that I've had a lot more hair. But as I've become an adult and I've had my son, it has been a constant battle to retain length and my density. So a few weeks ago, which was kind of weird, but I'm gonna do it again, I shared with you the actual amount of hair that I lose, and I showed it to you. So I had another wash day since then, last week, and here is yet another ball of hair. And I know this looks kind of small, but this is not like tufted hair. This is rolled really tightly. I mean, it has bounce to it. It's thick. So I do that so I can kind of contain all the loose strands, but I roll it pretty tightly and I let it dry. And this is a lot of hair. And then when I weigh it, it's about a gram. And you guys should know that for hair is super light. And a gram of hair is, to me, a lot. it's pretty heavy. So anyway, this is, again, I told you every single time I go through my entire head, I could do it right now. And I would have that much hair, and then if I waited another day, I would have this much hair. So therefore, I don't manipulate my hair that much. So knowing that about my hair, I decided to do a little bit of research to figure out what are other people who are going through this do to add strength to their hair, reduce the knots, reduce the breakage, retain length. And I stumbled across something called CHEBE powder. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this. It's called Chad's Best Secret, the country of Chad. The women there, you'll see tons of footage on YouTube. If I have the wherewithal to remember to do this, I'll try to link a few examples down below. But there is footage of women in Chad getting their hair done, and their hair is like down to their knees, to their ankles, to the floor. They use this powder combination. And what it is that you take this, what they do is they take this powder, it's a combination of all kinds of herbs and things. Actually, when you open it, it smells a little weird. It smells like a log burning fireplace. So it's not a bad smell, but I don't know that a woman's aroma or her hair should be smelling like ash. But that's what this smells like to me. You may think differently, but it has all these different herbs and things in there. It's actually fairly expensive. This package is about 20 grams, and I can't remember how much it costs, but to me, in comparison to probably other things that you might get, it's kind of expensive. At least that's what I initially thought. And as I started to make my mixture of this, it didn't seem as expensive. So what you do is you take this powder and you mix it with a myriad of healthy oils that are good for your hair. So as I was making this, I started to question, is it really the CHEBE powder that helps your hair, or is it this multitude of different oils that you're adding to your hair? You keep this in your hair constantly and consistently forever. Well, in Chad, they do it forever. Most people do a journey or an experiment for several months, maybe 3, 4, 6 months, just to see sort of what effect it'll have on their hair. Will they have extreme growth, retention of length, etc. So I chose some of my favorite oils. Most people may put like shea butter in addition to these oils, or different oils that they like. Shea butter is a bit too heavy and sticky for my hair. My hair is very fine, so I just picked the oils that I know play well with my hair. So I did, to start, I did an extra virgin olive oil. I think a lot of people have extra virgin olive oil in their kitchen, but if you don't, you can grab a little bottle from your grocer. But I had extra virgin olive oil. I had this natural cold pressed jojoba oil. Jojoba oil. Not jojoba, jojoba. I had a tiny bit of rose hip oil. I love rose hip. It does quite a few things, and shine is what I use it for in my hair. So this is good. This is probably the star of the show. This is what probably helped me bind it all together. My unrefined virgin coconut oil. A smidge of vitamin E oil. Castor oil, and it's in this weird bottle because there was a really huge bottle, and my mom gave me some of this Haitian castor oil, but this is really good. A little bit goes a long way, so I literally put just a little bit of this in the whole mixture. And then all of this together has an interesting aroma, something that I probably wouldn't necessarily want to walk around smelling like. Mainly it's the CHEBE plus the Haitian castor oil. They have really, really strong smells. So what I did was I also got this rose essential oil, and it's just a little bottle, couple ounces, if that, actually no, a third of an ounce. Pretty expensive too, but I thought it was pretty important to, if I'm gonna wear this in my hair for months, every day, day in, day out, especially in, you know, city living, professional lifestyle, can't walk around smelling like a fireplace and Haitian castor oil. I just can't. So I needed this to kind of break up and freshen up the whole mixture. So what I did was I started with the coconut oil. At room temperature, coconut oil is solid. So what I did was made my own like makeshift double boiler. I took a ramekin, you know, put about a third a cup of water in there, boiled, set it in the microwave to a boil, and then in a smaller container, I put about 2 tablespoons or so of coconut oil, and I sat it in the water and let it melt down to a liquid form. So in my mixture, I took, because I had an empty bottle, I think I might have showed this to you. I'm a hoarder, so there's very rare times that I need an empty container of something and I don't have it. So I had this old empty container that I actually had shea butter in, and used this to put my final product in. I melted down the coconut oil. I took 2 heaping teaspoons of CHEBE oil, and I put it in this container, mixed it with the melted coconut oil, and then I started down the path of my entire row of ingredients and putting them in a couple of teaspoons at a time. So I did the olive oil. I did mostly everything at 2 teaspoons except for the following, so maybe mostly not everything. I mixed it up. The only thing is I put 2 teaspoons of everything except for the Haitian castor oil. I did 1 teaspoon of that. The vitamin E oil was 1 teaspoon of that. The rose hip oil, I did a dropper full of that. And then the rose essential oil, I did 10 drops initially to start. So once I mixed it up, I tried to get a feel for if that was enough. And I didn't feel like it was enough, so I put in an additional 15 drops. Then I took 1 drop and rubbed it around the lid to kind of like seal in and make sure that aroma is baking, almost like baking through the solution. Then once I stirred it, I felt like it wasn't as thick as I would like. And so I put in 1 more teaspoon of the CHEBE oil. So that was 3 teaspoons of CHEBE altogether. I mixed it thoroughly and then I refrigerated it overnight. So once I refrigerated it, I got a really super thick, solid, rock solid mixture, which you should expect because of the coconut oil and you know how temperature affects the state of coconut oil. And then, so it's been sitting out for a while now and it's starting to sweat and give a little bit. So I feel like I should be able to, yeah. So now as I put my finger in there, I'm easily able to get some on the tip of my finger. And yeah, the consistency of this reminds me of, you know, a warm coconut oil. got some on my finger here. It reminds me of a room temperature warm coconut oil, which makes sense because a good amount of this is coconut oil. The smell reminds me of back in the day, whatever hair grease we used to use, the green Dax or hair grease, or the blue magic hair grease. And I don't know if everybody can follow me on this one. I don't know if this is just a cultural thing, but it just reminds me of old school hair grease. The smell, I can lightly smell the rose, and that helps it. So anyway, that's what the smell reminds me of. The texture, now I'm put on your way back caps. Do you remember in the 90s something called African Pride? There was a hair grease that pretty much everybody started to use because they felt like you could see the herbs like in the mixture. You could see them, with your eyes in the mixture, and you just felt, oh, I'm getting this from the motherland. It must be good. So everybody used African Pride hair grease. And the consistency, the herbs in there, how it melts on the scalp reminds me of African Pride. So anyway, the way you use this, again, you're supposed to put this in your hair, like soak your hair strands in this. Every 3 to 5 days, you do it again. You detangle and braid your hair, not twist, braid, but you can to do different styles and things with your hair. You can twist it and do all kinds of things that you would normally do with your hair. Beware though, from what I saw on YouTube, other YouTubers, is that the herbs in here do tend to flake off. So as you're unbraiding to kind of wear your twist out for the day or whatever it is, it does leave residue on your shirt. So be aware of that. In looking at this, I feel like my concentration of powder to oil may not have a lot of flake off, but we'll find out. And what I'm concerned about is over the buildup over time, because you're not supposed to wash your hair. You're supposed to continue to do this 3 to 5 day, 6-day comb out, re-adding the product for over several months. And so I'm concerned, one, about the residue on my hair. I just have never gone that long without washing my hair. Not even like, I've had synthetic or braids and all that stuff in my hair coming up, like box braids and stuff, and the longest I've done that is close to 2 months. And even that, I'm like, I need to wash my hair. And we'll see. I feel like I'm going to cheat this a bit and wash my hair every so often and just kind of start over, because I am a working woman. I just can't imagine not washing my hair. And if the shedding and whatever that comes from this, not the shedding, but the fallout that comes from this, if that's a bit much, we're gonna have to see if I can continue this too in a professional setting, because I cannot show up to a meeting with a client with flakes on my shirt or my suit jacket. It's just not gonna work. So I'll keep you posted on how this works. I'm gonna do that sort of on the side as a series. I'm gonna continue my 2 videos a week on my normal subjects, but I'll just continue with this on the side and then do a compilation of my results at the end. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to do this for 3 months. Yes, my goal is to do this. No. Let's go back. I'm gonna do this for 40 days, like a Lent type of thing. I'm gonna do this for 40 days, and I'm gonna do, sort of length checks and all that stuff along the way, and record that on the side. And then I will do a full review, show you my, updates and my length checks and all of that good stuff all along the way in one video. I think it'll be easier that way for you to get the whole story. In the meantime, wish me luck. But and also look, listen, check it. If I have to quit this before the 40 days, I will let you know, and I will just stop my video there and put it all together and tell you, sort of what I experienced and all that good stuff. The reviews on this is 50-50. I've seen some women say it didn't necessarily give them more thickness or grow any faster. It helped them retain length. And that's what I'm looking for. So even because my hair grows, it grows like weeds, you know what I'm saying? It's just I somehow end up breaking it. So if if I can find something that gives me that strength to my hair that I need, that's all I need. I will be, you know, at hip length in no time, because my hair grows like weeds. The thickness would be awesome if I could have that, but it's just not something that I've had pretty much post having my son. I've not really been able to have that thickness anymore. So if I can't get that, not a big deal, we'll work with that. But if I can get both, perfect scenario. What other people who have tried this have said is that it has done absolutely nothing. It's just been messy, it's been time consuming, a waste of time. They've done it for, you know, months and months and nothing changed. So I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time on this. Who got that kind of time? I don't. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this if I'm noticing after, you know, I don't even know what's a fair amount of time to give this. But after a good amount of time, if I'm recognizing that this is a waste of time and it's just, you know, time consuming, messy, waste of money, waste of time, I'll cut it short and talk to you guys about it. But I do want to give it the fair shot and at least go 40 days of using this. And I will help, you know, tell you, you know, sort of my tips and tricks around how I was able to sort of disguise the fact that I got this crap in my hair all the time. Plus side is that my hair is very dark. This solution is very dark. Maybe it'll blend in and match. I don't know. But anyway, wish me luck on this one. Let me know if you have any comments on this. If you yourself have tried CHEBE powder, I would love to know what your experience was like. If you know anyone else who has tried the CHEBE powder, what they thought. Maybe you considered it, and so stay tuned so I can keep you posted if you've considered it. And then if you just have general questions about it, go ahead and, you know, leave me a comment below and we can dialogue about this, or dialogue about what I'm experiencing with my hair. So right now it looks extremely short. It's crazy. From video to video, my hair length looks crazy short. But I have had a lot of breakage in the past month or so. So this is definitely a result of that. Thumbs down. All right, thank you so much for watching. We are at the end. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. What else can I say? I've run out of ask. Bye.